Hey there. It's been a couple weeks. It's time to do another inspection and also to give the bees a little more room. I haven't been in here since I added 3 more bars of room for them. It's one of those things where I really don't inspect them that much, just to let them be on their own. So let's get into this top bar hive. So I know that down here is where I've got some empty bars. So I'm going to take those out and get to the brood nest and work my way actually towards the camera. So what I think I'm going to end up doing is all of these bars that I'm taking out, I'm going to end up shifting everything just down this way. Now you'll see this down here. This is some leftover, what is it? Just candy. It's a candy board on a wire frame that was left over from the winter. They actually, they have been eating it a little bit in the spring instead of the syrup. However, they really haven't been eating that much of it. We've got the full nectar flow is on and everything. So, all right, so we're at the first real bar of the brood nest. And let's see, looking inside, I'm seeing pollen. I'm seeing pollen and some nectar, and that's about it. So this is right at the edge of the brood nest. So this one doesn't have any brood on it, but this next one does have some worker brood in it. I'm seeing a good amount of drones that have hatched out. Actual drones, here, and a little bit of workers, and just pollen around that patch of worker brood that we're seeing. Nectar all around it too. I see that they've really cleaned up the inside of this hive. Oh, and here is one of the honeycombs, one of the empty bars that we gave them last week, or a couple weeks ago. And they've started to build a nice straight little comb off of that. So we'll leave that right in place. Let them keep building that. That's what we're going to see, is we're going to see how much did they build on the other empty bars that were there. So again, seeing a good amount of drones right now. It's that time of year where they're sending drones out. So worker brood. Let's see. I see some bright orange pollen on this one right here. And I'm seeing lots of nectar getting packed in right now. So right now the honey flow is on, and so again I'm seeing actually this whole side right here is doesn't have any brood. It's all nectar. So they're really packing it in right now. Okay, and so we had another empty bar. So right now they're really not taking time to make much new comb. That's what I'm seeing. So if I give them more bars of space, are they going to end up using that building comb? Not likely. If they're not building comb, they're not gonna keep building comb. So we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so we've got lots of worker brood down here, a nice dense pack, but then all of these other cells here, I don't know if you can see, they're all just packed with nectar that's gonna get turned into honey. So right now, again, the honey flow is on. They are really packing it in there. So that's the worry right now, is like, will they run out of room for the queen to lay eggs, and as they're packing in honey in here, and will they swarm because of it? There we go. We see a nice plane of comb here that they built, and it is just glossy and shiny with nectar. They are filling it up. So again, no worker brood in there. It's just nectar, nectar, nectar. This one's got some heft to it. Nectar up here, I don't know if you can see, but it's wider at the top up here. They are drawing that comb out and filling it in with nectar. You're not seeing, let's see, at the bottom, yeah, I'm seeing some new eggs that were laid here, so that's good. The queen's got some spots where she can lay eggs. And here's another comb that was started. You can see how they're building these nice straight panes of honeycomb. You can even see them dangling right here, dangling a chain of bees as they build the planes of comb. Ah, and here's the queen right there. Almost missed her myself. But there we go. Nice and easy to spot her with that blue dot on her. All right, let's get her in there where she can just be in there safe. Yeah, I mean, there was no worry that the queen wasn't in here. The last time we inspected, we had seen her and knew that we hadn't risked crushing her or anything like that. Okay, so I'm now here in this set of comb, I'm seeing lots of larvae and some eggs at the end. So the queen still has some room to you know, she is still laying. So the brood nest seems to be mostly transitioned down to here, the newer part of the brood nest, where before it had been over here. Now they're taking these combs that had been previously raised for brood and they're packing honey and nectar into it. So that's what you're seeing, is you're seeing the shift in the use of the honeycombs. The combs are used to not only to raise brood, but to then also store honey. Up at the top here, you see capped honey. So that's the difference in the look between capped honey, and we can even pop a little bit of this open right there. Boom, honey. It's awesome. I'll actually take a little sample of that. Hey, Hugo! You outside? You want some honey? I thought my kid was going to be outside, but... Oh, here he comes with his tongue open. Hey, you stay there. I'll come here. I'll come to you. Yeah, oh yeah, open your mouth, man. There we go. Gonna give him a little dollop of honey. Oh yeah. Go ahead, let's get right off that. Oh, how does that taste? You got a little wax on it? You want more? Do you want another taste? Okay, all right, you go do your thing. We'll leave the rest for the honeybees. For the honeybees, okay? So we're getting another comb here. It's got that capped honey at the top and some brood here. I'm not seeing any fresh eggs or larvae. Oh, yep, some on this side. You can see we can kind of just go through, but do I have to go through this bar by bar? No. I've already got an idea of what they're doing, but I might as well just keep going. Keep looking. So here's what I'm gonna keep looking for right now, is I'm looking to see if there's any queen cells that are started. Not queen cups. Queen cups are different, but I'm looking just to see if there's the start of any cells that are being made. Ah, look at this one. This was an empty bar, and look at how they built honeycomb right out of that. Now this is good. Like, this pane is nice and straight. This one in the middle has got a little curve to it, but as they join it to this one, and because it's between two parallel combs, this is going to force these combs to be straight. I don't know if I'm not sure if you can see, but this middle one is like a little bit ajar from the others. But still, it's beautiful to see how they take these three panes of comb and join them into one. So they are building comb. That's a good sign. Remember when I said over here they weren't really building comb? It does seem like they're building comb, so I will give them more room to keep building comb. Okay, so I'm seeing just packed with nectar. Some brood. Hi, buddy. How you doing? What, are you here for another taste? You have to tell me. Are you here for another taste? Yes or no? That's leftover sugar from the winter. They don't need that now. Okay, so capped honey, brood. And some of this brood must have just been capped over because I see some larvae in here. All worker brood, that's good. So their population is still expanding. Hugo, did you want another taste? Yes or no? Yeah. Now's the chance, okay, because I see some capped honey. Oh boy, I'll give them another little sample. Ah. Okay, num num num. See, this is what I meant, Hugo. If you wanted to get your If you wanted to get on a suit, you could have a suit on with me and you could be really close to these. Okay, so looking down here, this is all new honeycomb, and what I see in the honeycomb, yes, is nectar like we've been seeing, but I'm also seeing in here worker brood here and drone, a little bit of drone larvae over there, but I see eggs, lots of eggs in here. It's gotta be hard for you to, on the camera, to see. Don't know if you can see all the way in there. Inside the cells, I'm just gonna hold it back and forth and see if you can see that. I don't know. Not sure if that comes through. Because it's a brand new comb and it's just starting, Hugo. Yeah. Oh man, this one is heavy. This is just full of nectar. So the honey flow really is on right now. And this one's got to be more than 5 pounds all on its own. Okay. All right, last couple bars as we get down in here. We got 3 more. This one's attached to the wall, I think. I feel it, so I'm just gonna give it a quick little scrape. Yeah, it was attached right up here. When they get heavier, that's when they have a little more risk of attaching. So what we're seeing is there's probably been about 10 bars right here where they're starting to cap the honey over. The nectar is reduced down to honey. And there's just like, the population in this hive has finally gotten up to a point where they can really get out into the wild and forage. All right, last couple bars. It's the same stuff that we've been seeing. You know, when I'm seeing brood that's gonna be hatching out, and I still see larvae that's been laid in there. And this is the last bar down here. Okay. Just lots of bees, lots of bees. I'm seeing bright orange pollen on these, and I'm seeing white pollen on some of their legs. I think some of the white pollen is coming from raspberry plants. Oh, my back actually hurts a bit. It's not from lifting these, but just from life. So I'm gonna kneel. Okay, so I gotta make some decisions on where am I gonna put some new bars. So as we kind of just go back through this, do I need to be handling all these? No, so I'm gonna handle them in pairs, and add some bars in between some of these big panes of comb that we have. So there's an empty bar. Come on, don't want to crush anybody. Take my time. All right, so this is a new bar. We won't add a new empty one next to it, because we want to encourage straight honeycomb development. But what I'll do is I'll add one. So this was a full comb, this was a partial. So I'll add a empty bar here. And then we've got another full honeycomb, and then another partial. Another partial, you remember that one. And then a full. So as I come into some of these gaps where I've got a full honeycomb bar and another full one, I'll add an empty bar. So, full. And then we got another partial. So I won't add one quite next to it. But then I've got a full and another partial. Okay, so again, I'm gonna keep up my pattern. Hi, Hugh. Love you, bud. All right, this one's a full one. So as I put that full one in, okay, again, another partial.
What is this stuff again?
Okay, so here's one where I can put an empty. Oh, I hear you. Just give me a moment.
What stuff again?
It's just sugar, Hugo. Okay.
Every single piece?
Yep. All right. And then we've got an empty comb bar all the way down here. This is going to be the last one that really seals in the top. Okay, and that's it. You'll see I didn't really need to use smoke. I only used it when I started it. No, we're going to end up freezing that, putting it in the freezer so bugs don't get to that, and then we can save that sugar. Here, give it to me. I'll show the camera what you're talking. Yeah, that's fine. We're good. Okay, so
Rest a piece of
I got a piece of sugar. He's eating a piece of sugar that fell off this. So this, you know, we don't need this in the hive right now. It's just taking up volume. But this is it's just candy. It's just a hard candy that we're gonna put in the freezer so bugs don't get to it. But then if I need to feed this to them in the winter, I can pull this out, let it warm up, and then put it in the hive.
Look at the smoke.
Yeah, that's it. The smoker is billowing. Yes. Yes. All right. That's it. So we had our nice little hive inspection. And we added some room to this, and they are doing perfectly fine. And we got to taste a little bit of honey while we were here. Take care.